Welcome to Mustangs to Fear. My name is Tom Peters. We're going to do a shop tour series today. And one of the things we're going to highlight is this car. This belongs to Carl in Fort Myers. This is a 1967 Mustang. The color is called Gulfstream Aqua. It was a stock color in 1967. And when we think about the car, every car has its own kind of a culture, kind of a personality, if you will. And so what Carl wanted to do here was, he says, Tom, I want a 20s tech and a 67 body, okay? And that's kind of what we've done here, okay? As we come around the front of the car and get to the hood, this hood is the MTF Shelby style hood. So as we open the hood, you'll first notice that we have a Coyote Gen 3 motor paired up with a 10-speed automatic transmission. The thing that makes us different is that with our frame, you don't have to cut the firewall or the tunnel, okay? We managed to jam this big motor and an even bigger transmission underneath this car and not cut the tunnel. That is one of the distinguishing factors between us and our competition. We build these cars. We don't really like to cut the firewall or the tunnel, and we're pretty sure no one else does either, okay? As we look at the MTF components, we start with our billet hood hinges. Then we have the MTF billet overflow radiator overflow tank, the MTF Griffin custom radiator, and then we also have the Coyote degas bubbler tank, and then the MTF wash tank. Now you'll notice that this tank, and this tank are actually all the same tank. So what we do is we include in our kit the fittings so that you can use it one of 3 different ways. In addition to that, we also have the MTF cold air intake tube that has been developed specifically for the Gen 3, but is also backwards compatible to Gen 1 and Gen 2. Now, one of the things we also do here is that we repurpose and relocate the blower motor hole, and we move that over with about 1.5 inches or so, and we have a patch panel for that. And then you'll see that we use the old air system, and we use our MTF AC line hoses that run outside of the engine curtain here. And what that does really is it just keeps everything clean up along here. So as we come around the car, you'll notice that we have our MTF brake master cylinder here. Ours is shorter than usual, because if it was any longer than that, it would come in contact with the head over here. And as it is, we only have about 1/2 inch of space. In addition to the master cylinder, we also have the plate that we use as well. And really that's just for reinforcement. As we look down the side of the car, we have our MTF engine panels, and that really cleans up the interior, and we're all about a clean installation. As we come around the side, we have our MTF custom radiator cover, our MTF Shelby style outboard grill, and then the lower grill as well, paired up then with our MTF Shelby style nose. So as you come around to the back of the car, in keeping with the theme of this car, it is a 67 and a wrapper. We kept the standard taillights that were there, chrome bumper. However, these taillights are sequential, okay? So as we open up the trunk, this car features the MTF trunk package, okay? It has our polished billet hood or trunk hinges, the MTF battery hold down. We always put the battery in the trunk because there, let's face it, there's no room in the engine bay. Okay. This particular car also, Carl wanted to have not only a roll bar, but he also wanted to have a 4-point, but he wanted it removable. So what we ended up doing is we fabbed up these kicker bars here that are actually removable. There's a bolt here, and then there's bolts on the top of the roll bar inside, so that it can be removed if he so desires.